All right, Honolulu rolled a 23. And I'm going to make Aurelia roll just to see what she rolled a 12. Not as good. For her arcane eye. Okay, but yeah, you three, you see him right away. Right, yeah. Yep, you see him. He's kind of in the back corner. He's at a table with a few other people drinking. He's playing some kind of game that has like a dealer. I don't know, blackjack or something. I don't know card games very well. But yeah, he's with a couple of other people, and there's someone dealing cards to them. And they're betting a little bit. But yeah, he definitely resembles the person in the drawing. You're pretty sure that's him.
Okay. I will sit somewhere where I can cast message unobtrusively um, to Ophelia, I guess, and just say, yep, he's in here. Not doing anything particularly interesting. Because it's a cantrip. This is what I want. Sorry. Is he losing at something?
You have not been watching him long enough to tell. Oh, Torrelia? She's like, I haven't found him yet. I'm just gonna have her roll again. Okay, she's. Oh, there. That's definitely him. They saw him, I assume?
He's doing normal casino things.
Yeah. I imagine he's gambling or something.
Yeah, I did not respond to that. But I'll try to figure it out.
All right.
Unobtrusively. I mean, we've got nothing to do except sit here and pretend like
Yeah.
we're not watching him and watch him. So,
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, Honolulu kind of glances over. Well, he doesn't look like he's completely out of money. He's got some coins in front of him, probably. And he doesn't look very upset, so he can't be losing that badly.
got paid. I wonder how much he got paid for his work. He might have a lot to lose.
I would imagine a lot for something like that. I don't think his particular skill set is easy to find, particularly in the criminal world.
And he immediately went to the casino. I mean, there's not that much to do in this town. So,
Yeah. And no, I mean, this also happened like yesterday.
True. I mean, immediately relative term.
Right.
I mean, it is interesting that he hasn't left yet, though. Just saying, like, if I set fire to a mine, I would probably want to get out as soon as I could.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the job's not done. Just because I'm keeping an eye on this too, does he seem to have noticed us at all?
Make a perception check.
Not as good. 5.
He doesn't seem to have noticed you. He seems like he's focused on the game.
I think in order to make us look a little less inconspicuous, maybe I'll go get drinks or something.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are sitting at a table close-ish to the door,
Yeah.
just so you'll be
Mhm.
sure to be in message range. All right, you get some drinks. How long do you guys want to stay?
Well, my assumption is that we're just staying until he leaves. um, unless something else interesting happens. Because now that we found him, it seems like a waste to just
Yeah.
let him go off wherever he will. Unless, eventually I could message Ophelia and be like, so do we want to change the guard out? If it's been a while and we finished our drinks and we're bored.
Um. Well, let's see. Yeah, he doesn't do anything. After about an hour, uh, Aurelia's spell ends.
Mm.
And she kind of comes back out of it and looks at Ophelia and says, "Well, I can't see him anymore, but it doesn't seem like I need to." But yeah, we'll say now at a court sends the message.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm too distinctive looking, maybe we shouldn't.
This is out of character because I don't think Adacor knows enough to suggest this. But we could also all leave and set an alarm. Of course, there are so many, anybody else exit, this is also set off the alarm. But
Yeah.
But there are ways to watch it. Like, we don't all have to be in. We don't have to.
I mean, I can also just skip ahead to when he leaves. He's not going to be there all day.
I'm going to send message again because Ophelia didn't reply right away. Also, are we planning to bob him on his way out the door or just let him go a bit and follow him? We have a great track record with following people. I'll say, I'll send someone out. We're sending someone out to make a decision. I'll message you in 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And okay, someone want to go out there and decide what our plan is? We staying here, or how long we follow him before we jump him?
Well, on the latter front, I would think probably let him go as far as not being in plain sight of the public.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
this street is crowded, and I don't get the impression that it gets less crowded after dark necessarily.
Yeah, well, he might just go back to his room at whichever inn he's at. So if we're following him the whole way back, that's at least something we should confirm, all five of us. But Ophelia didn't think we could have the conversation over message, so
It is a little inconvenient. Why don't we just all go outside? We'll see him if he leaves.
True.
sure. I will leave a tip on the table or something. Normal exiting
Yeah.
your table
Normal
behavior.
behavior. Okay, you guys head out to where Ophelia and Aurelia are sitting on the bench. Aurelia says, I would like to know where he's staying. I am not particularly small or quiet, though, so I don't know if following him would be very effective, but I can try.
We don't have any way really to mark him other than following him that I know of.
I can't scry anymore today, but I can cast Locate Object again.
True.
If we need it. Aurelia thinks about it. I have to look this up. Hang on. Not left. Okay, then they would, yeah. What's teleportation? That might be 7th. Or teleport, rather. Let's see. Okay, 7. They'd at least be able to teleport themselves to a circle that they know, which this person may or may not have access to. Well, now that I've seen him in person, I can scry on him again.
He stayed here this long. I don't think it was just for the gambling.
Maybe he's waiting for something?
Maybe.
I don't know
He
what.
could be I mean, he could be waiting to meet someone for more instructions or something.
Yes, I suppose this could be a multiple stage plan.
We can try that. Oh.
There might be like back entrances that the employees use, but this is the only public entrance. As you guys are discussing this, Honolulu has sat down on the bench and is watching the door while you guys kind of discuss what to do. And she like taps Adakor's arm and says, "He's leaving."
We better decide fast. Yeah, if no one else says anything, then I will wait until just before he's out of sight and then follow.
All right.
Yeah, I think Adakora is the sneakiest of us. So
Yeah, I mean, Honolulu is also pretty sneaky, but she's not telling you guys that. So
yeah.
She's not volunteering.
No, she's not. She's not volunteering.
Cool. Dude.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So you can go, and I think everyone else is just gonna kind of follow you from farther behind.
Yeah. So I'm following him in a way that's trying to be stealthy to him, but not to my team. Cool. I mean, I feel. Are there enough people on the street that it's like
I think so.
not gonna
Yeah.
notice someone following him necessarily?
At this point on the street, yes, there are. If you
Okay.
went on a smaller street, maybe not, but for now, yes.
Okay. Oh,
Wow.
gotta climb in some third-story windows.
Okay, so Adakora starts following. Make a stealth check.
Okay. Now, is it just it's everything dex based? I have advantage on.
As long as it's a check. I don't think it works on saving throws.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good because one of them was real bad. What is math? 23.
All right. You follow him for a while. Everyone else, okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. I think that you're probably hidden from the rest of the group too.
Yeah. Well, if
Uh,
at the point that he arrives anywhere, I'll like message them regardless of
Okay.
whether I know if they're following me. But they
Yeah.
can always roll perception just to see.
Oh, that's true. Oh my god, yeah. Everyone who wants to try to keep an eye on Adakora so you can follow him from farther back, make a perception check.
All right, let's try it. 14.
I don't think the mage that you're following can even roll a 23 on perception. He only has a +1. Let's see how the girls do. Oh, Aurelia rolled a 23, so she can see you.
Nice.
She's
She's like, I don't know what they're talking about. He's not that sneaky.
Right. Hanalura only rolled an 18, so the sharp dragonborn eyes, I guess, are like, she's like, I see him. Yeah, and you keep going. He goes for a while. Eventually, he does turn down a side street. There's still some people, but not quite as many.
Is it toward any of the taverns that I know of?
Yeah, it's probably like in the direction of one of the ones you checked earlier.
Okay, so I will message back. He's going toward whichever tavern it is. I'm gonna keep going.
Who are you messaging?
Probably Ophelia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we keep following him? Says Aurelio. I mean, should we keep following Adakora or let him get to the inn? No, I just meant should we wait until he goes in the inn and then join Adakora there? All right, let's just head towards that place. And then if he goes somewhere else, Adakora will be able to tell us. Okay, so the rest of the group, you guys are kind of too far back at this point to see Adakora. But you're just going to head towards the inn that you're pretty sure he's going to. And Adakora, you can keep following him if you want, just to make sure he doesn't, like, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay,
or,
so make a...
talk it to anybody, that would be useful. Just
right.
in general, keeping an eye.
Okay, make another stealth check as you turn down the smaller street.
Okay. Wow. Not as good. 16.
Did you roll with advantage?
I did.
Okay.
The other one wasn't that one.
All right. Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell, he hasn't noticed you.
Okay.
And he does seem to be keeping an eye out a little bit but he's just like not looking in the right spots to see you.
Okay.
He doesn't seem like completely carefree though. And he does arrive at the inn and go inside.
Okay. I will not follow him inside. Because we didn't discuss that, and I feel like that's more of a giveaway. So I will message back. He's at the inn. He didn't stop to talk to anyone. I'm waiting outside. Are you telling me that I should be coming back toward you? Well, I don't. If he leaves again, like maybe he did notice me and he just wants us to think that he's arrived at his destination, you know? I'll go like across the street.
Okay. So yeah, at a core you cross the street, but you can still kind of see the entrance of the inn. And everyone else catches up to you pretty quickly.
You know, he should be in there.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. My instructions from my superiors were a little vague. I was supposed to find out who was behind this, which we've done to an extent, right? Which we've done to an extent, but I mean, he's almost certainly being paid by someone.
That would seem to be the case.
I mean, yes, I doubt this person who doesn't seem to live in the city is behind this attack. So it doesn't feel like my job is completely done. Under normal circumstances, I might just inform the Crown's Guard that we knew where he was staying, but if this person is capable of casting spells of that level, or even potentially higher levels, I don't know that the Crown's Guard would be very effective. I wouldn't want to send in ordinary warriors by themselves without magical aid.
Hmm.
So perhaps I should confront him. I suppose. And depending on what he has prepared, he could just teleport away.
Hmm.
Well, now that I've seen him in person, I can find him anywhere. But this would certainly be easier to take care of if we caught him while he was still in town. All right. I suppose I can try to find out who he is.
Here's the are we leaving him alone for now? And if so, for how long? Because the way I see it, we either someone goes back to the tavern, inquires about him, sees if there's a name attached to this person, um, or we go into the inn and try to confront him, or we wait until he leaves again, who knows when that could be, and search his room. Not that we know which room he's in as of yet.
I could find out, says Aurelia. I would have to go inside probably to figure out exactly which one it was. Via locate object.
Right, so I don't want to scare him off. I also don't want him to go off and do the same thing he's done if that's what he's
Right.
waiting around for.
Yes. I mean, I could always move to this inn to keep an eye on him.
If you can find which room he's in, you could also find out when he's leaving. I think she
That's
mentioned to us that she
true.
had an alarm spell. Did she?
She
Didn't?
did, yes, she did.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not just making up then. Atticor isn't making up that he heard this from her.
No, she did mention that.
Cool. Would that work?
Yes, I could ward the outside of his door and I would know if he left. Or rather, I would know if someone left the room. I can't attune it to one specific person. I can only specify people that it won't react to. Let's see, if I use up a spell, it only takes a minute to cast. That's not so bad. Yes, it does.
Hmm. Do we want to risk it?
What would we do then if he left in the middle of the night? Should I just follow him?
I guess we should, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-mm.
I can't think of anywhere he'd go in the middle of the night that would be good, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Although in that case, you probably wouldn't want to be wasting spells contacting us.
Probably not.
We're all gonna stay in the tavern. All of us.
Oh my
One
God.
bed.
Your parents are going to be like, what are you doing? Where are they? The wedding is in 2 days.
All right. I think we need to decide if we're staying here to keep an eye on him and if any of us are going back to the casino to find out who he is.
Laura says, I think someone should go back and check. It would, well, we probably shouldn't ask here who he is if any of us are planning to stay here. That would be a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, that might be our best option.
It's a plan.
All right. I think I could stay here tonight at least, says Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean, they know me there. We established that I know the casino people, right?
Yeah. You went to both of them at different points as a teen,
Yeah.
a young adult. Okay, so
All right.
Aurelia has to go back to the other inn and get all her stuff and bring it over to this inn. So I think she's going to do that. Okay, just stay here and make sure he doesn't leave. All right, and then Honora will definitely go with Adakora to ask about him.
Mm-hmm.
And what about Antimony?
Well, I guess if we're kind of splitting into two groups, I think it makes the most sense for me to go with Adakora and Honolora because I was kind of with them before. So I guess it makes, you know.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, you were all
Reasonable
I was
sense.
like,
seen
so
in
I'm
there.
from home. See you guys later.
Yeah, right.
Yep. I came here to see my parents, not sneak around town.
You didn't include me in your decision to keep investigating this, so.
Okay. All right, so Ophelia, you're just going to watch the entrance, and then the other three are going to go back to the Sterling Satchel. All right, you guys head back to the casino.
Yes, we do. Very, very normally.
Yep. Casual.
Not weird that we're here again.
Nope.
Okay. I really need to use the bathroom, though.
All right.
I'm back.
All right.
Hello.
Okay, you guys head into the casino. Hanalora mutters to you, Adakora. So how are we going to play this?
Do I see anyone working the casino that I recognize?
Make some kind of check. History, I don't know. That's the remember things check, right?
Sure. 16.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, one of the dealers, it's actually the person who was working at the table that the wizard was at before.
Okay.
You remember this person? They used to work here back when you were in town. They are a female half elf. She's probably in her mid-30s. Her name is Joanna. Joanna.
Oh, Joanna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, and she's like she's kind of packing up her table, like she looks like she's about to be done.
I think casual. I will say. I don't have a good lie on hand, so I'm just gonna open unless someone gives me one. I'm just gonna see what comes out of my mouth.
All right.
Does someone else have suggestions?
I don't know. We thought this guy was hot. That's all.
This guy was hot. He's not hot enough for that to be believable.
I know.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
I imagine we would have talked a little bit on the way. We had a whole walk here.
Yeah, you could have planned some of this. Okay, we can rewind a little bit. Yeah, Honolulu is kind of like, the only thing I've got is he owes me money. But that might be too threatening.
For the wedding?
Hmm?
He was hired to do something for the wedding. We're trying to find him.
That doesn't, well, the problem is we don't know his name. I feel like if your parents had hired him, we would at least know his name.
That's true.
It's got to be like we encountered each other somewhere where names were not necessarily exchanged. Which a casino is a good place for that. So. So yeah, all I've got is I played cards with him the other day, and he ditched before paying me what I won.
I think that might be the best we've got for now.
Yeah. And you could be like, does he come here often? Like, I don't want to go to his house or anything, but I want to maybe come up to him while he's in public and be like, hey, remember you owe me money. Somewhere where it won't get out of hand, you know.
Sure. Okay. I can go with that. Nothing else coming to mind, so. And also, what's his name? Importantly, what's his name?
Yeah, that's what we need is the name. Is he from around here?
His name.
Is he from around here? Does he come here a lot? What's his name? See if we can get that.
Fast forward.
All right, so yeah, you come into the casino and you see Joanna, sort of packing up her stuff, about to get off work.
We'll sort of wave at her and come over. Hey, Joanna, it's been a minute.
Atacora,
In the flesh.
wow, you look exactly the same.
Thank you. I get that a lot.
I know that's how it works with elves. It's just every time.
Yeah,
Surprises me every time.
I'm in town for the wedding.
That's right. Oh, of course you are.
Sorry, I'll introduce my. You know Antimony, my sister.
Did Antimony ever come here?
A good question.
we also established, because I feel like we went through this at the other tavern. We established that when I was babysitting,
That's right.
her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so that happened. We'll say that happened at this place too.
Antimony has grown.
Wow. Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Hannah. She's my guest at the wedding. We're actually, she was here the other day, passing the time. Have you seen this guy? Is yay high. Yay high is a thing people say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
Hannah helps you describe him.
middle-aged, kind of scrawny looking. He left. Yeah, what's the story? We just agreed
Yeah.
on. We were playing a game. He left without paying.
And it's like, yeah. I mean, I've seen him. We haven't gotten that complaint about him yet, but he's a little surly. I don't know. He gives me a kind of an odd vibe. I guess that's not too surprising. But I've seen him. He was in here earlier today.
Does he come here a lot?
Only in the last week or so. I think he must be a tourist. Or in town on business or something. But he's been here every day the last 5 or 6 days.
Maybe tomorrow we'll be in time to catch him. We don't even know his name, honestly. It's a little awkward.
Well, let's see. He gave me a name. Felix, I think.
That's helpful.
That's the name he gave someone else at the table. Of course, I don't know if it's his real name, but
Thank you.
something.
Felix something or other.
Well, I'll keep an eye on him if I do see him again.
Thank you.
You like to try to discourage that kind of behavior. Does not improve our reputation.
Yeah, well, at least he's not trying to shoot real arrows at the targets. I hear they don't like that here either.
They don't.
I left my bow outside this time, if it makes you feel any better.
Good. We had to buy a new target after you did that.
I get that a lot, too.
The one in here is not meant for real arrows. I'm pretty sure you punched a hole right through it.
Well, you know how it is when you're young. You're like 100, and you just don't have all your risk assessment faculties fully developed yet.
Believe me, I have cousins like that.
It's good to see you.
You too. Have a good time at the wedding.
Thank you, we will.
All right, and you head out.
Yeah.
Okay, Ophelia, you do not see anyone. Well, you probably see people enter and leave the inn, but none of them are the guy. And eventually, Aurelia gets back. She just has like a backpack now. In addition to what she was already carrying. So I take it he didn't leave. Are the others still out trying to find out more information? Well, we might as well go in and get a room then. Okay. It's probably not a lot here. Were you going to stay here? She asks. Kind of sounded like you wanted to. I mean, so can I. I cast sending to your friend earlier today. Well, you don't have to stay if you'd rather go to your friend's parents' house. All right. Of course. When is the wedding? When is the wedding? We should find out when that is. Why would I go? Because all of you will be busy. How long could a wedding possibly take? An hour? Oh, man. I have never been to a Zemnian wedding, so I wouldn't know. I live in Rexentrum. I'm not from there. She does not have a Zemnian accent, also. I know I don't give any characters accents, but they're theoretically they have them. And yeah, you don't really recognize her accent, probably. Um, a member of the Cerberus Assembly? I don't. I mean, nobody that I know very well in Rexentrum has gotten married yet. Most of my friends there are younger. They have been studying a lot and haven't had much time to socialize. There are some events that I go to, but they're mostly parties at important people's houses, the sort of thing where you go to socialize for political reasons more than anything else. Yes, exactly. It took some getting used to, but no, I'm originally from the south, quite far south, near the border. Let me double check where exactly this place is. Of course. If I don't think anyone from Jorhas has ever studied at the Soldiers Academy. Sorry, I'm looking something up. I know this is in. Okay. Okay, where the fuck is the map? Okay, it's not it's not actually that far south. It's more east. I was picturing the wrong spot. There is. Okay, yeah, she's from the eastern border by the Jorhasi Mountains. She would have said that. She didn't like she said she was kind of by Jorhas. Not anywhere where it would make sense for her to be from the coast. Yes, I'm from Tallenstadt. It's in the mountains. The Ash Keepers. It's very small. It's not actually. You've probably heard of it, Ophelia. Just make a history check. It's in the Empire, so you've probably heard of it. Okay, yeah, you think about it for a second, and you've never been there, but Tallenstadt is in it's in the Marrow Valley technically, um, but it's like right up against the mountains. Not a it's a part of the mountains that's like very wide. Like people don't cross there to get into Jorhas. But you know that it is it's a town. Technically, it's pretty small compared to somewhere like Druvenlode, much smaller. And it was established by Ravenites who fled the valley that they lived in after the fall of Draconia during the Chroma Conclave attacks. So you don't know a ton about that, probably, about that part of history. It's not like a focus of yours. But you know that this is about 20 years ago. The Chroma Conclave dragons attacked the floating cities of Draconia, which all collapsed. And then there was this other population of Dragonborn that lived on the ground, that were like enslaved by the Draconians, basically. These were the Ravenites, and most of them survived the attack because they weren't up in the cities that crashed. But some of them stayed in the area. Some of them fled across the mountains and ended up in the Dwendalian Empire, and some of them are living in Jorhas. And you don't know as much about what happened to the ones that are in Jorhas. But the group in the Empire is pretty small. It's like a kind of a minority of that population. And they're sort of cut off now from the rest of their people because of just like the area of the mountains that they're on the other side of is difficult to pass, and also because of the tensions between the Empire and Jorhas. Like they can't just go into Jorhas and visit. Okay, hang on just a second. Juliana wants to talk. Okay. And you know that this town has not like it's even after 20 years, it's still kind of just a refugee camp. Like it's not they don't have much infrastructure. The people there have not like integrated very well into the empire. So it's not a place where anything very exciting is going on. The people there are pretty poor. Um, and yeah, that's what you know about it. And yes, most of the population are dragonborn. It is. I was very lucky to end up where I am. I did, yes. Well, first, I ended up in Zdash first. It's much closer. I had taught myself a little magic when I was younger, and I went to Zdash to look for work, just anything really, anything that would be better than living back home. But I ended up um, applying to there's a satellite campus of the Soldiers Academy there. I don't remember what it's called. Kate forgot. And I ended up applying there, and I was accepted. And then after about a year, they sent me to the capital. Yes, it was. What?
Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, she looks a little embarrassed. um, Sorry, I was rambling. Sure. Okay, the Halls of Erudition is the school in Zadash. And that, is run by Ormit Haas, Cerberus Assembly member and small animal lover, Ormit Haas. Okay, yeah, she goes in, she gets a room. I don't know. I don't know that he and Torgal are acquainted. That would be funny, though, if Torgal just called him and was like, hey, I have all these kittens, do you want one? But yeah, she pays for the room. The room she gets has 2 beds in it. But yeah, you can head upstairs. She puts all her stuff on one of the beds and says, do you want to go back to your friend's house to get anything? I don't know. Pajamas? Maybe? I know, but you don't want to sleep in something else? That's not the clothes you wore all day? All right, fair enough.
I do think that we're gonna go back past the inn because we want to say, oh, his name's Felix.
Yeah, you guys get to the inn. They're not standing outside, so you don't really know where they are.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna walk around and catch message until it pings something.
All right, you hit Ophelia after a second.
Yeah, I'll just say. So we learned that his name is Felix, and he's been at the casino every day. this week. Anything eventful here?
Feelings. All right, that's good to know. She writes it down in her notebook.
I'll message again. What time is it now, actually?
It's like, I don't know, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. maybe. Yeah, you guys, it's not even dinner time yet.
Yeah. Have you warded the door yet? Well, he's gonna have to leave for dinner at some point, I assume. So maybe right now it's not useful.
Yeah, Aurelius, I think, says to Ophelia, is like, I'm going to wait to ward the door until it's later in the day. He could easily leave now to go eat or something. Or, yeah. Yes, that's true. I'll do that. She does. It's easy. He's like a couple rooms down. Like 2 down.
Okay, are we still keeping an eye on him? I told my grandparents that we were going out. Probably like till dinner time. What's her face?
Timothy's mother.
The bride?
My God.
Yeah, I can tell. So, we're having this conversation telepathically. So, turning to Hannelore and Antimony. So they've located his room, but they don't want to set the alarm yet. So I don't know if we should hang out here or someone should let Kazuya know what we're doing.
I mean, we're not staying here, right? Says Hannelore. We're going
No.
back to your parents' house to sleep.
Yeah, but there's a lot of hours between then and now.
That's true. I think we should go back there for dinner.
Yeah, you kind of did tell my grandparents to essentially call the cops if we didn't come back. So
Yeah, well, I think they won't do. I think they'll wait until if we're late for dinner, then they'll be like, okay, something is wrong.
I suppose we could stay here until then, but don't know what we would learn. It would just be whether he leaves or not.
Well, that's the important thing, though. That's the
I
important thing
suppose.
to learn.
All right, let's just go sit inside then. It's too cold to stand out here for too long.
All right.
We can get a drink, and if he leaves before dinner time, then we'll know. We can follow him or something.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I have to end this because I have to get ready to go. My thing
Yes.
is in like an hour.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I gotta eat.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are just hanging out in the inn. Ophelia and Aurelia are upstairs in the room. And we will continue later. Find out what Felix is gonna do.
Nice.
Yes.